Brandon here from My Comic Universe, one of your comic book experts.
And Travis, your collectibles expert here at My Comic Universe. And today, we're here to discuss one of our favorite characters, Venom. So, let's jump right into this. Before you can talk about Venom, you kind of have to go into the symbiote.
Yeah, you got to talk about the symbiote. So we got the creator of the symbiote, Mike Zeck, in the first appearance of the black suit Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man 252, yeah.
And then we get the origin of that in Secret Wars number 8.
Yeah, no. I do have a copy of that here for you guys.
Yeah, and I've been on a Black Suit Spider-Man and Venom kick lately. I've been adding a lot of these to my collection. I definitely got both of these recently. I just got my Secret Wars signed by Stan Lee.
Very nice. Very nice. I have a copy signed by Zeke.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet, but it's not Stanley. I would like a Stanley signature on that beast. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, one thing about the symbiote that's cool, it's that it bonds with its host. It needs a host, and it bonds with it, and it takes over those kind of characteristics.
And it gains the memories as well as, it amplifies the persona of the person it's taken on. But so, it originally bonds to Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's how, it gets the Spider-Man-like powers and knows exactly who he is, knows everything about
him. Yeah, and that kind of leads us to Spider-Man 3.
We unfortunately have to bring this up now. I feel like I had to like this movie just because I'm such a Spider-Man head and I love Venom so much, but it was kind of an epic fail.
Yeah, we were all waiting for this movie to come. It was Venom in a movie.
And then we get Topher Grace.
Topher Grace is
Eric Foreman himself.
Come on.
Yeah, we get fourth wall breaks. We get literal Eric Foreman jokes.
It was pretty bad.
It was a letdown.
Even just the way that Peter Parker acted.
He was emo Parker basically.
It was just all around bad.
Yeah, but I had to like it. I forced myself to. I've probably seen it more times than most people, but I still don't. I don't know.
Yeah, well, at least it's done with. We can move on.
Yes.
And let's talk about Venom a little bit.
Let's actually get into Venom, yeah.
So we got Amazing Spider-Man 300.
We just call you Peter Parker. What did you say? Ooh, you're quite the bully when you want to be, aren't you, Parker? Problem is, Eddie Brock isn't the same guy he once was. Why don't we introduce you to our better half? We call ourselves Venom. We're your old clothes, kid. Your hand-me-downs. The symbiote that Peter Parker tried to destroy, Eddie Brock has embraced. We've bonded. The symbiote, it's still alive.
It might be from nostalgia, but that is my favorite form of Venom.
I love it. Thank you, Brian, for that clip there from the original, the 90s animated series. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You got it, guys. I loved it too when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, that cartoon was great. Amazing Spider-Man 300 was great. We had the first appearance of Venom. We have Todd McFarlane,
his epic cover art, which
he's actually credited as a co-creator of Venom. He's actually the first artist to be able to draw him in a comic. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's in multiple ways. It's a very key issue.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I want to remind you guys that coming up at the Amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con, we have a VIP package with Todd McFarlane, a special signing, and some exclusive VIP stuff that we are going to be presenting to you guys exclusively. So stay tuned for that.
Definitely. Now, you want to get into a couple of things we like about Venom?
Yeah, definitely. So, one thing that I really like about Venom is, how he does know everything about Peter Parker. So he knows all of his secrets. He knows his secret identity. He knows all of his family members and loved ones.
Absolutely.
And he has pretty much all the powers that Spider-Man has. He's like the ultimate villain.
Yeah, kind of hand in hand with that. I love the fact that, in essence, Spider-Man Peter Parker created Venom in multiple ways. Before Eddie Brock even obtained the symbiote, Peter cost him his job at the Daily Bugle. He had a lot of bitterness towards Peter Parker.
Exactly, yeah.
And the symbiote itself was rejected by Peter. So there's this bitterness that basically doubled up and created this villain.
Yeah, and the symbiote, got addicted to that revenge that Eddie Brock was feeling.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of it ties into what the symbiote does. It latches on to whatever, I mean, potentially negative feelings, emotions you have, and amplifies them.
Yeah, and even though there's so many great stories and great ways that they tie these characters together, the one thing that I really, really love about Venom is the art.
Yeah, the
way
artwork
that
is
he's
amazing.
drawn. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the current artwork is pretty sweet, but there's nothing does it for me like the original old school artwork. It's
a classic. Yeah.
I mean, it's I want to say some more simplistic, but not quite, because there's some pretty detailed artwork from back in the day, but it just has a more old school comic book feel to it. We'll put it that way.
And there's like no other villain that's drawn like he was.
No.
Right?
I mean, he has these bits of symbiote that just
are
spray
everywhere,
off
yeah.
of him. He can change
His mouth
form.
and fangs, like he just looks crazy.
Yeah, it's so epic. It's so epic. He's such a brutal villain.
Yeah, and hey Brian, is there anything else that you think we should be talking about here?
Well, how do you guys feel about Tom Hardy being cast as Venom in the new
is a
Sony
good
Pictures
one.
film?
Oh, that's a good one there, Brian. I love it. I love Tom Hardy as an actor. I mean, I loved him as Bane. I'm not gonna lie. I actually didn't even look at the casting. I didn't realize the first time that I watched that movie that he was playing Bane. When I found out, I was like, wow, that was. It was crazy. It's such
he's
a
so covered up. His voice has changed.
yeah, but he
hard
did
to
it
tell.
so well, and I think he's gonna bring a lot to the Venom character.
Yeah, no, he's a great actor. I think he's a great choice for the role. I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. What do you guys think about Tom Holland as the new Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Do you guys like him, or were you guys more Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield fans?
Well, counter to what a lot of people seem to feel, I wasn't a huge. Well, in most ways, I wasn't a huge fan of Topher Grace's Spider-Man. There, he had some high points, but maybe it was just the way the storyline was written, or I'm not sure. But
Did
he
you
wasn't
mean
my
Tobey
favorite.
Maguire?
What did I say?
You said
Topher.
Topher.
I said Topher.
He's still stuck on.
Yeah. I
you guys are
can't
still
get
stuck on that.
Eric Foreman Venom out of my head.
Traumatized.
Yeah. But yes, Tobey Maguire. But I do have to say Tom Holland, I think at this point is my favorite portrayal of Spider-Man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for Tom Holland to be Spider-Man. I'm glad that they're getting back to the Spider-Man roots of him being in high school, being young, I think he's going to be a great choice. He's a great actor. He was amazing in, Civil War.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys also think about Michael Keaton breaking into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to be
Vulture.
a great villain, yeah.
Yeah, once was Batman, now he's a Marvel villain.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to have the Vulture in this movie. He's a villain that's been needed in these movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Aside from that, I do want to point out that I have a couple of collectibles here with me.
Yeah, some pretty awesome pops.
I'm, as most of you know, I'm very into my Funko Pops, so I have my glow-in-the-dark black suit Spider-Man, as well as my Venom Pops here, both exclusive to Walgreens year and a half, 2 years ago, I believe. On top of that, I was collecting these Marvel cards.
These are pretty cool.
They're part of the ultra high premium market, collectibles market, I guess is the bracket it falls under. But basically, one single box of 20 packs of cards with only 5 cards each pack was $200 to $250. And each of those boxes, you got one sketch card. Now, this is basically a card that was blank and handed to an artist, and they got to do what they wanted with it. It's a one-of-one certificate of authenticity on the back, and they're amazing. This Venom is by Ray Racho, and I love the artwork.
Yeah, those sketches, there's some pretty awesome ones included.
Absolutely. Inherently there are some that, depending on your taste in artwork, my opinion, aren't all that great, but there are ones like this that are just prime examples of how detailed some of these pieces can be.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. Like, have you been reading some of the current Venom comics?
Yeah, well, I just picked up 150 when it came out, and I loved it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad. I read Venom 6, and, I was very excited about that. We got Eddie Brock back as Venom.
Who is the Venom.
Yeah, he's my favorite portrayal of Venom.
Yeah, I like Flash Thompson, Agent Venom, but it's not Venom. It's a different character to me completely.
And I mean, that is one of the cool, great things about the symbiote is that it could, merge it with other hosts.
Absolutely.
But, Eddie Brock is my favorite. And I'm glad we got that back. And, Venom 150, that introduced the classic numbering again. So,
Absolutely.
we got all of the issues back in classic numbering. We're at 150 and we're going to continue on forward. This issue was great. It was just a fun little issue.
Oh yeah, we got 3 stories in it. It was an Eddie Brock with the symbiote Venom story.
great
Then we had a
kickoff.
Flash Thompson Agent Venom story,
Yeah.
and then kind of a retro Eddie Brock Venom story. It was really cool, really cool. I dug it.
Yeah, me too. So if you haven't read that yet, pick that up at your local comic book store. Definitely check it out. We definitely recommend it.
Maybe even keep an eye out for any of the variants because I see that they're going way up
Yeah, I
in
know
value.
those variants are really cool. Definitely check those out. We'll have some pictures on our website.
Definitely check that out. I believe that's really all we have.
Yeah, that's
today,
about
right?
it.
Well, we want to thank you guys for watching our video.
Thanks for tuning in.
And
Check out our website,
Yeah, if you enjoy what you're seeing and hearing, follow us on social media. Keep up
My
to date
Comic
with us.
Universe.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you
See ya.
next time.
Spider-Man,